First concussion grenade goes off right outside. Close range. Everything slows down like you're moving through thick syrup. Your ears ring, dust flies. Before you can even process it, bam, another one. Then the doors burst open and it's Psycho Pete, one of the lead instructors, screaming fire and damnation right in your face. Veins popping in his temple, face flushed candy apple red, eyes bugging out like he's possessed. Break the fuck out, move, move, move. That's the signal. The carefully constructed comm shatters. Your training kicks in, or it better. My boat crew, we knew the drill. Single file, sprint for the door. No hesitation. Outside. Pitch black night, but the air ain't silent. It's ripped apart by the sound of M60 machine guns firing tracers into the darkness. Aiming at what? Nothing, everything, doesn't matter. It's about creating the atmosphere of war, of pure, unyielding pressure. Explosions light up the perimeter with orange halos, violent beauty against the black canvas. Your heart isn't beating, it's hammering against your ribs like it wants out. Every instinct screams, hit the dirt. Find cover, but you can't. Movement is life. Standing still is death. This is the bad dream you signed up for, the lucid nightmare designed to define you or destroy you. We gathered on the grinder, that slab of asphalt, man. It's soaked in history, misery, and the broken dreams of thousands who came before. Overlooked by the frogman statue, that creepy, scaly dude with webbed hands and a six-pack, our patron saint of suffering. To his left, the infamous brass bell. Ring it 3 times, place your helmet beneath it, and your journey ends. Your failure is announced for all to hear. Ever since I saw that Navy SEAL documentary, folding my laundry after a night of killing cockroaches, this place, the grinder, was my target. This was where the transformation happened. Psycho Pete stomps onto the asphalt, muzzle of his rifle still steaming in the fog, sweat dripping from his brow. He drops the drill sergeant act, slips into this creepy, calm, collie surfer drawl. Looks us up and down like a predator sizing up wounded prey. Welcome to Hell Week, gentlemen, he says, almost gentle, then the mask drops again. It will be my great pleasure to watch you suffer. And suffer we did. Oh, you fucking bet we suffered. Psycho set the tempo, push-ups, sit-ups, flutter kicks, jumping lunges, dive bombers, countless reps, set after set after set, no end in sight, and in between. Him and the other instructors walking among us, hosing us down with freezing water straight from the fucking Pacific, cackling like hyenas the whole damn time. Your muscles scream, burn, then go numb. You're shaking, soaked, miserable. This isn't PT, this is an exorcism. They're trying to expel the weakness, the doubt, the civilian bitch inside you. Basic underwater demolition SEAL training. 6 months long, 3 phases. First phase is mostly physical training, PT on steroids, designed to weed out the weak early. Second phase is dive training, learning to be comfortable in the unforgiving ocean, navigating underwater, using closed-circuit dive rigs that don't leave bubbles, the tools of stealth. Third phase is land warfare, tactics, explosives, shooting. But when people think Bud S, they think first phase. They think of the brutal attrition, the 120 or so guys who start, ground down week by week until only 25 to 40 remain. The hard, gleaming spine of the class, the ones deemed worthy of the trident, that emblem that tells the world, don't fuck with us. The instructors do it by pushing you beyond perceived limits, challenging your manhood, testing your breaking point against objective standards. Strength, stamina, agility. Climb the rope, crush the obstacle course, run 4 miles on soft sand in under 32 minutes. Seems hard, that's child's play, kid stuff compared to the crucible of first phase, and the absolute heart of that crucible, Hell Week, detonating in just the 3rd week of training, 130 straight hours, constant motion, constant cold, constant misery, maybe 4 hours of sleep total if you're lucky. It's medieval. It goes way beyond the physical. Strips you bare, reveals your heart, your character. More than anything, it reveals your mindset. That's the real test. Can your mind stay in the fight when your body is screaming surrender? All this goes down on Coronado Island. Prissy-ass tourist trap right next to the fancy marina. But the grinder, no golden sun can pretty that place up. It's ugly, raw, a slab of pure agony, and I fucking loved it. Not because I love suffering, don't get that twisted. I loved it because I needed to know. Needed to know if I had what it took to belong among the elite, the hardest motherfuckers on the planet. Thing is, most people don't. By the time Hell Week even started, 40 guys had already quit. Rung that bell, put their dream down on the concrete. Every clang of that bell wasn't just closure for them. For me, it sounded like progress. One less obstacle. Psycho Pete wasn't my favorite instructor. None of them were, but I respected the job. They were there to cull the herd. And they didn't just go after the runts. They were in my face plenty, in the faces of guys bigger and stronger than me. Didn't matter where you were from, East Coast, down south, Cali surf beaches, Texas rangeland, always plenty of hard-ass Texans in Bud S or corn country like me. Psycho Pete played no favorites. He was a shadow you couldn't shake, always there laughing, screaming, quietly taunting, trying to burrow into your brain, find that crack, that weakness, and break you open. But that first hour of Hell Week breakout, honestly, it was fucking fun. That mad rush, explosions, shouting, shooting, you're not thinking about the 5 days of hell to come. You're riding pure adrenaline, fulfilling a rite of passage, part of a warrior tradition. You look around the grinder, guys are practically giddy. Yeah, we're in Hell Week, motherfuckers, but reality, it's got a sharp kick and it finds everyone's teeth eventually. You call this putting out? Pete asks the air, his voice dripping contempt. Single sorriest class we ever put through, straight up embarrassing yourselves. He loved this part, stepping between us, grinding his boot into the puddles of sweat, spit, snot, sometimes blood, thinking he was hard because he was a SEAL, because he survived his own Hell Week. You boys couldn't have held my jock when I went through, he sneered. I kept my head down, hammering out push-ups, but I smiled to myself. Yeah, you were probably hard, sir, but were you a mortal fucking weapon? Sir, I doubt that very fucking much, sir. He caught the eye of his boss, first phase officer in charge. The silverback gorilla SBG. Didn't talk much, didn't have to. 61, maybe 225 pounds of pure unsympathetic steel. Cast a long shadow. Godfather of pain, watching, calculating, taking mental notes. Sir, my dick's getting stiff just thinking about these gaping vaginas weeping and quitting like whiny little bitches this week, Psycho said, staring right through me. SBG gave a slight nod. Oh, and you will quit, Pete said softly, locking eyes with me. I'll make sure of that. His threats were creepier when he was calm like that, but mostly he screamed. An hour in, he knelt down, face inches from mine as I finished a set. Hit the surf, you miserable fucking turds. 3 weeks in Bud S, we knew the beach run well. Over the berm, down to the water. Usually it was get wet and sandy. Lie back in the shallows, fully dressed, roll in the sand until you're covered head to toe, every orifice packed. Then charge back to the grinder, dripping salt water, sand chafing everything, making pull-ups exponentially harder. This time, this was different. This was surf torture, a special kind of beast. We charged into the waves, screaming like lunatics. Fully clothed, boots on, linking arms. Waded into the impact zone. Moonless night, surf angry, head high, waves crashing down like rolling thunder. That cold water hits you, shrinks your balls instantly, steals your breath. Just trying to stay linked, stay together as tons of water slam into you. Early May, water temp maybe 59, 63 degrees. Feels like fucking ice daggers after an hour. We bobbed like a string of pearls, heads scanning the dark horizon for the next set, praying we'd see it coming in time to duck dive under. The surfers in the crew, they'd call it out, give us that split-second warning. 10 minutes of that feels like an hour. Then Psycho calls us back to land, scrambling out, teeth chattering uncontrollably, muscles seizing up, standing at attention while the doc checks for hypothermia. Then back into the fucking water. Cycle repeats. Sun sets. Temperature plummets. Say goodbye to the sun, gents, SBG says. Makes us wave at it. Symbolic bullshit acknowledging the truth. We were about to freeze our natural asses off for the next 5 days. We huddled in our 6-man boat cruise, nut to butt, trying to share warmth. Futile, bones rattling, guys jackhammering, sniffling, minds splintering, finally grasping this nightmare had only just begun. See, even on the worst days before Hell Week, there's an escape hatch. You know it will end. You'll go home, eat real food, sleep in a bed. Hell Week. No escape. No relief, especially day one. Standing in the surf for hours, linking arms, brief sprints on the sand just to pretend you're warming up, then back in the water. 10 minutes in, 10 minutes out. Clock ticks slower than evolution. Cold seeps into your marrow, colonizes your soul. Run stop help